Burnout doesn't create visibility. Pressure does not create clarity. Rest does. Saturday and Sunday, both of these days are your renewal days. These are the days that you want to make sure, yes, that you get things done, but more importantly, that you also take care of yourself, that you are rested enough to be able to help the people in this world that you absolutely are meant to serve. And today we're going to talk about that. Hi, my name is Steve Kidd. I'm a third-generation minister, international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. I've had the amazingly wonderful privilege of working over the course of the last 40 years with so many amazing people. I've helped brand new startup companies, people who are running multi-billion-dollar a year companies, doctors, lawyers, nurses, stay-at-home moms, all kinds of amazing people. And over the course of the last almost 20 years of that 40 years, I've been working in the space with people in their messaging, specifically with your book. How are you going to put out your words into the world? Yes, absolutely. I'm a big, I go live every day, so hopefully I believe in it, right? And I'm a big proponent of you talking, you sharing your words, of signature talks, of just being out there with the people, doing the things, saying the things, being visible and valuable. But ultimately, really, more than anything, the thing that is going to up-level your exposure and your visibility starts with, and I want to say that again, starts with you having a book. Okay, you need to have the book, you need to put it out there, and then you need to know the things that it's going to take to be able to do it. But today, I want to take a little bit of a left turn at Albuquerque. I want to talk to you about all the things you shouldn't be doing in this world, because rest makes you more visible. Taking good care of yourself. I don't know about any of the rest of you. I was talking to my best friend, and she was saying just how tired she had been yesterday. And I was replying to it literally as I was getting ready to get into bed. And I went to bed and I slept a lot last night. Oh my gosh. And honestly, after breakfast, I went back to bed. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I did, okay? I mean, you can tell anybody. I don't care. It's not like it's some secret, okay? We need that rest. Our bodies tell us, and usually we ignore them. I mean, let's just be real. Because especially when we're self-employed, when we're entrepreneurs, when we're business owners, we've bought into the myth that it's only in our hustle and grind that we can possibly do the things. Hey, Luna, glad to have you here with us. And unfortunately, we press and we push and we push and we push, and we do more until we hit the wall. And unfortunately for some of us, myself, I'm totally in that way, we don't take care of ourselves until way beyond the point where we should have been doing it for a really long time. And if you push it far enough, I can tell you from experience, because I did this, your body will rebel. It will revolt completely. And you'll stop seeing some of the most basic of things in life not working the way that they normally would work. And then you're going to have to go through the rebuilding process. It's so much better to do the things that are good for you, whether it be something as simple as what I'm getting ready to do right now, and that's drinking water, staying hydrated. Very, very simple, and yet extremely underused concept. I learned over the course of my weight loss journey, still in the middle of it, but I learned just how much water really a person should be drinking, and just how dehydrated most people actually are. I found out for myself when I did the basic measurement. There's more detailed tests, but there's also a scale that you can get that will help you kind of get an idea of it. And I found out that whereas as a male, I should be about 65% water. Okay. That means your muscles, your brain is a big one. If you've started feeling some brain fog and stuff like that, it's actually your body telling you you're dehydrated. I found out that instead of at 65%, I was at 22. Yeah, that means massive dehydration. And so energy level and all of those kind of things really make a difference. Uh, I'm not sure how to, I'm going to call you AJ because I'm not totally sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry that I'm boring, Marlena, but thanks for joining. AJ, I'm 58 years old. I'll actually be 59 next month. And so either I really look great or I look super old and you're wondering how old does this person have to be? Either way, that's fine. Because yes, when you don't rest, you age, you burn yourself out, you wear yourself out. But rest allows you to be able to create clarity in that. Some of you may have seen Thanksgiving morning, I posted a turkey, as the keynote speaker at a conference for turkeys. And he said, what's our motto? Eat me. And because, and I'll tell you honestly, I was laying in the bed. I was like, it's Thanksgiving Day. I've got some stuff, because we have a big promotion we do all Thanksgiving weekend. But I was like, I don't really need to do anything until noon. I'm going to lay here. And then my mind started going because I had gotten enough rest that clarity started kicking in. And, it was funny to me. Maybe the rest of you think it's just totally stupid, and that's okay too. You're allowed your opinion. But, the clarity comes from that. Cool Purpler. Glad to have you here with us. Rest also allows you to better balance out your emotions. It's real easy to be overwhelmed, to be emotionally overloaded when we don't get enough rest. Creativity is massively challenged when you're pushing through rather than saying, that's enough, it's time to take a break. Why do I say that? Because I'm always telling everybody, you need to maximize the day that's called today. And my concern is that some may have heard that and just ground harder, hustled more, done more. And I need you to hear the other part that I very often say along with that, and that's this. Sometimes the maximized best version of who you can be in the day that's called today is to take a nap, take a complete break, spend time with your kids, love on your spouse, your significant other, your puppy, whatever, just really reinvigorate yourself. Absolutely. And there's a lot of that can really, really serve you more than all the work you get done, or I should say that you would have gotten done during that time. I mean, there's ditches on both sides of that road, okay? I learned this, honestly, it was about it might have been more than that now. It might have been more like 6 or 7 years ago. I was blessed to have a good friend who happens to be a multi-billionaire. His name's Errol Abramson. I'm probably going to end up sneezing on us here. It's that time of day, and when it comes, and we just deal with it, right? And Errol, with all of his successes, it was so cool to have him as a friend and be able to just have conversations. And I was talking to him about whatever we happened to be talking about that day. And I said, I'm struggling with something. He goes, well, what's that? I said, about 2:00 in the afternoon, I'm finding myself just really tired and wanting to go to sleep. And he's like, so go to sleep. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's like 2 PM. It's like prime real estate for your 9 to 5 business day. He goes, yeah, so. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you own the company, right? Yeah. He goes, let me ask you this. Have you ever been up at 2:00 in the morning working? I'm like, well, yeah. In fact, probably more days than not. It's like, okay. He goes, So why not, when you're tired, why not take a break? It was mind-boggling that a multi-billionaire who literally had 47 companies that he started and sold for anywhere from between $1 million to more than $1 billion, no losses. Guy was a massive, massive success. Was saying, listen to your body. When you need rest, rest. Don't just keep pushing through. Listen to what you need. And that's what I'm here to help you today. When we, and sometimes you even have to schedule it in, when we schedule in, when we intentionally rest, it actually gives us more consistency. If you know, for example, like what I do at noon Central Time every day, that I'm going to go live, maybe the best way for you to really be energized for that is to take a half an hour nap before it. And then, go splash some water on your face, rub the dirt out of your eyes, all those kind of things, and go for it. Could be absolutely the absolute total best thing that you could do. And you may even want to schedule your life that way. For those of you that are moms, been talking to moms a lot lately, even did an interview yesterday with a person who's, pretty much all of their followers are moms. For those of you that are moms and your kids have finally gotten to that age where they are all in school, I mean, it seems kind of in some ways like a hallelujah moment. And yes, it may be that you end up deciding to go back to work, and more power to you. You probably already did start a company, but here's my encouragement to you. Get them all off to school, whether you're driving them to school or you're putting them on the bus. Get them all off to school. And then at the very least, sit down in a really comfy chair with a cup of coffee and a good book and just kind of check out from the world. Nothing work related. I'm not talking about, a self-improvement kind of book or something. I'm talking like, get some trashy Harlequin novels, whatever. Okay. Just something that'll really, truly allow you to disconnect. If you can, lay down in the bed and take a half an hour nap. Best habit you'll ever form in your life is taking that time. Sure, there's going to be days when one of the kids is going to be homesick and you're not going to get that. But you need to reinvigorate yourself from all that you gave with the childbirth and all the sleepless nights when they were babies and all of that stuff, to be the best you that you can be in the day called today. And rest is just as important as all the rest of it. I want you to say to yourself, as I give you permission, as I rest, I create safety. As I rest, I anchor my humanity. And as I rest, I give my audience room to breathe again. Then I have a visibility plan. And if you'd like to know how to be visible, how you could even be visible when you're resting, drop the word amplify, do it in a DM or in a comment to me. And let's really actually incorporate rest into your strategy too, and start talking to you about not doing the things that you shouldn't be doing anyway. Just as powerfully important as all the things that you need to do. Rest isn't stepping back. It's stepping forward with clarity. And I hope today you will take some time, amongst everything else that I know you'll do, you'll take some time to rest. I really hope that you're happy, safe, warm, and loved, even if you have to wear a hoodie because it's cold. That tomorrow you'll join us. We'll start our next week. Our theme for next week is authority activated. Next week is going to be Christmas week. There is absolutely time for you to be at a place where you're beginning to start the things that are absolutely necessary for you to be visible on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is a scroll kind of an afternoon. There's all the chaos in the morning, but then there's a whole lot of time. There may be the chaos of making Christmas lunch or Christmas dinner, but there's also a lot of downtime. And you can be visible in front of the people that are scrolling through, or the people that are looking for okay, now that I got the new tie or the pizza pan. That's the joke, because I used to always buy my mom pizza pans, or whatever, that thing that the kids bought you that they just know you're going to love, the little white elephant that my daughter bought me. And she's like, oh no, Daddy's going to love this. And I do actually. It's when you're looking for something for you, you want your people, when they're looking, to find your stuff. And we're going to be talking all week about that. Tomorrow specifically, we're going to talk about, no matter how you might feel about it, you're not starting over. You're just starting to be seen. And until we're together again next time, I hope you have a great week.